Hey folks, this is Brian here, Survival on Purpose, and I want to talk about fire. I think fire is one of the most important skills you can have if you're going to spend any time in the outdoors. By fire, I mean the ability to build a fire and to maintain a fire. And so I got a match here. When I was a kid in Boy Scouts, our big goal or challenge we had was to be able to build a fire with one match. Well, nowadays, we got this lighter here. And so you really don't have to use a match anymore, but I'm going to try to build this fire with one match. Show you how I do it. The principles, if you can build a fire with one match, you can pretty much build a fire with almost anything. So let me quit rambling and let's build a fire. You're going to need 3 basic sizes of wood to build a fire. I'm just going to take the camera off and kind of show you where we're at. Okay, so the first size wood you're going to need basically 3 different sizes to get started. The first size is going to be pretty much very small. It's almost as tiny as you can make them, and you want them to snap and break. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's see. Put it up next to the microphone. So you need some of those. You need enough of those to get started. That's probably not enough for it. Well, that'd be enough. It had to be because we're going to do it. And you need some about pencil size or bigger. And so I got a pile here of the small ones, pencil size pile. That's really called tinder kindling. And then you need a pile of fuel. And these are going to be your bigger sticks. So sorry for the jerking around the camera here. I'm trying to keep it on the tripod where my mic will work and show you what we got. So let me set it back up and get started. Okay, first you need to get your small stuff, your tinder. And don't get OCD about splitting up the different sizes. It just needs to be small enough so that it'll catch fire easily. What I'm going to use today, I've got some birch bark and just some natural tinder I collected up in here. Just going to get it. I'll put it underneath here. Not going to process it down too much because it won't need it with a match. This will catch a match very well. So I've got some of this birch bark wadded up kind of, and I'm just going to make a pile with it on the ground here. I'm going to put my sticks on top of it like this. You really want to try to have it so you can maybe break one off, lift it up in the air a little bit. Because what you want, again, you want to have good airflow through here. You don't want everything too tight that's bunched off. So you want to have plenty of airflow. And then I'll take some of this cedar bark that I had very little luck with the ferro rod, and we're going to put it under there too and get it all bunched up together. Okay. Then you want to put your next size sticks on and start with some, basically you're going from smaller to larger. The idea is to create a fire that you can sustain without having to stay here with it once you go get some more wood. So we got our wood split up. Again, we got 3 different sizes of wood. We got some easily burning tinder under here. Now I'm going to caution you, people want to grab pine straw and leaves. Don't do that. You can use little sticks. Really, you don't have to have all that tinder. But I got it, so why not use it? But you can have little sticks just like this. See how small it is? When it breaks like that, that's really good. That means that it's dry. You put those up, enough of those, you don't have to have any of this stuff here. But I had a hard time finding some of those, so I'm going to show you the real world. I'm living in a subdivision. Not a lot of that stuff available for me. So I've got a strike anywhere match. Let's see if it'll strike anywhere. And it didn't, so let me grab another match. Okay, so got my match. And I got it lit. Sometimes part of the challenge is keeping the match lit, which is one of the reasons why matches are not the preferred method anymore. So we're going to get it down there, try to get this stuff lit, light it in a couple of places. Now when I was a kid, this might be called cheating because I'm going to lower this down over flame so those little sticks will catch. And then as they start catching, this is what's really important. Don't go crazy. Let it start burning, and you'll see the little sticks will start burning first because they're smaller, so they've got more surface area per density of wood, or maybe that's the right way to say it. And just kind of start slowly stacking other sticks on top. Again, you want to make sure you got plenty of airflow, because there are 3 things that you need for a fire. I teach all my Boy Scouts kids this. You need heat, you need fuel, and you need oxygen. Without either one of those things, without all 3 of those things, you're not going to have a fire. So your heat starts from your initial source, which is a match or a spark, or however you manage to start it. Your fuel is, in this case, wood, and oxygen is oxygen. And those 3 things are necessary for combustion to take place. So you see, we got a little bit of a problem here already, because it's burning around here. It's not really burning back here where all this little wood is. So we're going to pick this little wood up and kind of move it, and just lift it up with this other piece while it catches. And it'll catch. We don't have enough air in there. Sometimes we got to fluff it up a little bit. We'll fluff it up a little bit and allow it to catch. Now the wind's blowing this way, so you got to be careful. If you mess with it too much, you'll put it out. So you want it dense enough to where it creates a lot of heat. There we go. But you also want it loose enough to where you get a lot of oxygen. So, but once you get that wood to start to combust and to catch, then you want to just stay with it until you got a sustainable fire going. And what that means is you can get up and go look for more wood, and your fire's not going to go out while you're gone. At this point here, this would be what I call a sustainable fire, where you can start putting more wood on it, a little bit larger wood, and it's going to burn. Now, if you leave that fire for very long, there's not enough fuel on it to last. So we're definitely going to put some more larger wood on it before I go look for more fuel. But that's why it's so important to make sure you've got your wood already gathered up, a pretty good bit of it, before you start your fire. One of the biggest mistakes I see these young kids make is they'll get just enough wood to get it burning, and then they have to go get more. They don't want to take the time up front to prepare their wood, and that's so important. I know, patience is a virtue, and you got to be patient in anything, and it's just so important when you're building a fire. But so we'll take a look at this, and I'm going to put some bigger stuff on it. We readjust the camera, and I'll show you one of my favorite fire resources that is very rare, and it's usually only available this time of year in Georgia. So stick with me, let me readjust the camera. Okay, so once you get your fire going, I like to kind of lay them on in a teepee fashion around. Put your wood on that. Just kind of gives it the ability to stack it up and create a lot of airflow, a lot of oxygen. And you see it's kind of died down while I was gone to get some more fuel. But it'll be built back up very soon. And you're looking for something that snaps really, really dryly like that. And as you can see, when you put this thing up into a teepee, it just gives you a lot of room for air in there, which is what you want when you're building a fire. So get this thing a little bit bigger, and I will see if I can find that elusive special fuel that really is only available about this time of year. It's really becoming rarer and rarer, harder to find in a lot of areas. Okay, so you can see the teepee shape of this fire lay. It looks like a teepee. It's really burning good. It allows the heat to come up through the middle and catch this stuff on fire. And where most of the wood's where it all comes together. And you just keep laying wood on this, keep laying it, it'll kind of burn itself in. It'll stay like this. You can just keep feeding the fire and not have to fool with it for a long time. Luckily, I was able to locate some of my special yearly fuel. It's only available once a year. So I want to see if I can get that on the fire and show you what it looks like. So let me go grab it. Okay, I found some. You can also see it's really good for signaling if you're lost in your backyard. we go. That's what I'm talking about. Kind of makes you want to say ho, 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 doesn't it? Ah, yeah. So folks, thanks for watching. This has been Brian with Survival on Purpose, talking to you about some great fire resource, how to build a fire in a basic survival skills series. And it's getting pretty hot. Appreciate your watching, appreciate your views. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel, telling all your friends about it. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. And once again, this has been Brian with Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. See you next time.